Come in.
Hi.
Hi, Jackie.
Yes, I'm Jackie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My name is Lea DeFonso. Feel free to call me Lea.
Okay, Lea. Hi.
So, Jackie, before we start, I just want to go over with you, of course, everything that goes on in our session is completely confidential. I will not share any of this information. However, I do have an obligation to get a third party involved if you give off the feeling that you're endangering yourself or others.
Okay.
Okay, does that sound good?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what brings you in today?
Well, as you know, I scheduled an appointment with you. Kind of my busy schedule. As you know, I'm a graduate intern and in my first year studying student affairs, college counseling. Kind of different from my previous track with graphic design. That's why I graduated with a bachelor's degree in. And I was coming to you because I've just been building up all this frustration in my work environment and my internship. And it's a totally different institution from where I graduated from University of Delaware, and I'm here at Georgian Court University.
Yeah, big transition.
Yeah. Quite big. And so a lot of things I've noticed is that I just feel, I see so many differences with the work environments that I've, been used to or working from at University of Delaware and now here or at the Georgian Court. And I've just been frustrated with figuring out where I stand in my work environment, and I have a hard time, I think, talking to my supervisors in the sense where I see they expect me to know what I'm doing and know my place and know when to draw a limit or a line with the students, because as you see, I'm kind of young. I'm fresh out of college, and here I am trying to work for the students and try to be above their level. And there are times where I feel like they don't understand that they can't always confide in me and talk to me like I'm their friend. And at the same time, I feel like my superiors, my supervisors, still treat me as a student, and so I just have a hard time figuring out where my place is.
All right, so I'm hearing that it's your first year grad school, you're interning, and you're trying to find your place between the students and the professional staff.
Right.
And it's like, where do I go from here? Yeah, I can definitely see how that would be a struggle.
Yeah. And especially since, being in grad school my first time, it's, the first semester, it's a really, really tough transition because, I graduated recently, it's still, I'm not used to the fact that I have to do even more work than I've been used to. And, that and just kind of learn how to balance the, full course workload and as well as working, because especially I work with student activities. And let me tell you, it's been one heck of a ride.
One heck of a ride.
One heck of a ride.
Yeah.
Only because, I did not expect to be working, over 20 hours per week. And so far I've been working, about 30. And with myself, I have a hard time speaking up and just saying to people when I shouldn't work, or my supervisors when I need to learn to say no. I think that kind of also deals with the fact that I'm struggling to figure out my place in the sense where if I can't speak up for myself, how do I know, where I go from there?
Right. So speaking up for yourself is also something that you're finding difficult. Has that been something you found difficult in the past?
To be honest, yeah. Growing up, for reason, I'm usually quiet, or I can be quiet. It depends on who I'm with. Family and friends, I'm always loud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but except...
In the same way.
Yeah, we already know, it's just comfortably just let everything out, yell, and, whatnot. But, I have noticed, I never really took much thought into it, I've noticed at home, for some reason if something's bothering me, or if I think, if I have a different opinion from my parents, especially my dad, I just some reason I struggle to say, you know, what's wrong, because I think that we're good. I think that I don't want to displease him, I guess, by giving my own opinion, or not that it would be wrong, but I guess I just want to give a good impression in general.
Yeah, so there's a dynamic with you and especially your father, is that right? Of voicing an opposing opinion, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not, we never ever had any, you know, it wasn't ever an abusive relationship. It's never been like that. Yeah. But I think it's just more an emotional thing where I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm just too sensitive. And I'm the youngest in my family, so I feel like, you know, growing up, I have always, you know, when I was younger, I definitely have spoken up a lot more, and I guess as I grew older, I think maybe because of my siblings or my oldest one, like I always, for example, I always question everything, and I wonder, you know, for example, like, why is the sky blue? But I never said that. You know, to my parents, I always ask them questions. You know, I feel like that's a way to engage conversation. And I'm young, so I'm like, I feel like they would know everything.
Sure.
And it got to a point, I guess, where my brother kind of got annoyed and just said, "Why are you asking so many questions? Why are you always asking?" So I just felt really self-conscious, and that's when I realized, like, from there on, I kind of just stopped speaking up, or I just stopped asking questions, and I think that's always been something that bothered me, that I feel like that was just who I was, like, just talking and speaking my mind, and I feel like I just become more self-conscious, I guess, so I think maybe that's been playing a part in my role relating to what I do now, where, you know, I'm feeling pressured to almost, I guess I feel like I'm just always trying to please everybody, and I don't, like, take the time to realize, you know, what do I need for myself, you know. So I guess I was just hoping to see, like, you know, figure out, like, how I could manage that, or manage how to, you know, just learn how to basically speak up for myself, and kind of just be more assertive with, you know, creating boundaries, you know, with students, with the supervisors, and even speaking up, you know, outside my career, college, or graduate school life, you know, even with, you know, social life, so I feel like.
All right, well, hopefully this will be good for you, and we can definitely hit on some topics and find the root of it and work on it. I'm excited to work with you. You seem very upbeat, even though, you know, you come in with the, you know, so-called problem that I definitely am going to enjoy working with you on. But first, I'd like to know a little bit more background. It seems like you've got a lot of family.
Yeah. Got a big family right there, you know.
So tell me about them.
Being Mediterranean. Well, as you know, or I mentioned, I'm the youngest of three. So, and I don't have a lot of first cousins, like 4, and however, I have a lot of second cousins. I can't even tell you how many I have, like, from my mom's side, my dad's side, and even because all my family's from Spain, so I have a lot of second cousins that are still living in Spain, like on one of my mom's sides, right? So, and even third cousins, maybe fourth cousins, even those distant relatives.
My family, same way.
Yeah?
We're all over the place.
All over the place, but we're still together because everyone still talks and always relate. Yeah. That's my family in a nutshell. You know, most of us still keep in contact. Like, even because my family came from, 3 of my 4 grandparents grew up in a small town in Spain, and so it was pretty interesting in the sense that, like, they always knew each other and knew their family and whatnot. So I always grew up feeling like, oh, you know, with family gatherings, you know, I don't have a problem because both my grandparents already know each other and we don't have to really go anywhere. It was rare, except, you know, if a cousin invited us, we'll go to that cousin's party. But my family, you know, very family-oriented, always wanted to be together, always happy, always, you know, crazy, positive, always partying. And, I mean, I don't really see much negative, I guess, outside my immediate family. I call my immediate family, aside from the nuclear, my parents, my siblings, my immediate also includes my grandparents and my first cousins. That's how my family raised us, like calling them our immediate family. And so, yeah, I guess really there's not much negative to it, aside from like, you know, a little drama or petty drama outside of my immediate family. Like, oh, she looked at me a different way or a weird way, or oh, she didn't say hello to me, then I'm not going to say hello to her for 5 years, which kind of happened in my family. It was ridiculous, but
do you think that's impacted you guys at all?
A little bit, because it actually dealt with my mom.
Yeah.
It was one of my mom's first cousins, and her first cousins on maternal grandfather. Those are his nieces. They always been a little interesting, I would say, a little out there, and in other words, they're pretty sensitive and just had different mentalities. Okay. So something as simple as that, like I didn't invite you to one thing, or I thought I didn't invite you, or I didn't say hi to you, then they'll have a grudge against you, and they will not really talk to you. So that happened for my mom and one of her first cousins. It was so simple. It shouldn't have been a big deal, but her cousin made a big deal where she didn't really try to talk to my mom, and my mom was so upset because she doesn't have any sisters, and she kind of saw them at the time as like, you know, her closest sisters.
Right. So how did your mom react to
that? She was confused and offended and upset. Again, because it was something so petty and so unnecessary. And you know, she did talk about it, like she obviously especially talked about it with my dad, because they are always open and honest, and when they try to help each other out. You know, they're still married. But so, you know, she kind of, you know, let it all out, at least to my dad, and at this rate, like, she kind of just went with it. She was like, you know, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm just going to continue what I need to do, and that's it. You know, and she, I mean, I would say they're not, like, the closest sisters. Like, her sister-in-laws are obviously her closest sisters. She confides in them and close to them. But, like, before she got married, I maybe saw them as that way. But at this rate, you know, for her, it's like, I don't have time. I could care less at this rate.
All right, so that's your mom dealing with one issue within your family. How would you might have reacted in that situation?
If that happened to me?
You've got your sister and your two sisters and your brother.
A brother and a sister.
Brother and a sister, okay. Just wanted to get it right.
No, if one of them did that to me, I would probably, okay, being truthful, I would probably not say anything for a little bit, kind of let it sink in, and at first I'd be stubborn about it. I would think, you know, it's their fault if they did that to me and they were offended and they're holding a grudge against me. I would let them come to me, and if they had a problem, they'd come talk to me instead of me going to them, because I feel like I'm usually the one in general going to people. It's rare for me not to, but I feel like I'm usually trying to confront people if there's something going on that bothers me.
It bothers you that you want to confront them if there's something going on? Is that what you meant, or what did you?
What I meant, I think that's what I meant. I would say, yeah, it bothers me that I have to confront them. Yeah, because I feel like I'm the one that has to make more effort in the matter, and it makes me feel like I'm always showing that I care, and if that person can't reciprocate, then it's frustrating to keep trying.
Okay. So, some words that you just threw out there, you said that in that type of situation, you would have some stubbornness about it, and it would bother you that you would want to confront them. Okay. All right. Well, we've got about 5 minutes left, so I do want to start wrapping this up a little bit. But there are some correlations that I might be seeing, but I would love to see you again to talk more about this and find some more things that we could definitely expand on. Is there anything else that you want to bring up now concerning your current issue? Or anything in general?
In general? That's a good question. I feel like there'd be so many things I could bring up.
Oh yeah, you can let it all out right now.
Will that pay you more, per session? None that I can really think of. Those are like primary factors. I think that just, school has just been really bothering me again because I just feel like I'm on my own, especially since I live at the internship. It's been a little difficult to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, of course, I made, good friends, like friends with the other graduates, but it's not like we always have the same schedule, and, we all have a lot of work, so, like, it's not like undergrad, you just go and hang out and talk the whole night, and then, make up your work and you'll pass. It's more like you gotta structure your time.
Right.
So I know for me, like, I like to talk, and I don't want to, put that on people. I just rather, like, try to figure out on my own, too.
Okay.
So that's why I came to you. Like, I was hoping to try to see what I can do on my own before I feel like I had to confide or talk to other people that are around me just to hear their opinions on how to handle it.
All right. Well, I am certainly happy that you came in.
I'm very happy to have met you coming in here too, Leah.
Yeah, great. All right, Jackie. Well, let's meet back here. Same time appointment. Is that okay with you?
It's great, yeah.
All right,
Perfect.
so we'll meet in 2 weeks. In the meantime, just keep your head up. You don't seem like you're having too hard of a problem with that, but I do know that when there's these little issues that could turn into big issues. So
yeah. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to keep my head up.
That's a great thing so far. So it was great to meet you.
It was very nice.
I'll walk you out, and I'll see you next time.
I'll see you next time, Leah. It's very nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.